Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while, but again, this is going to be a very banger video, especially right now because people are shipping at very crazy speeds. But one annoying thing that is very common is like people are not focusing on improving the design and UX, right? You can tell a lot of products like very easily that they were AI generated, and somehow it people unintentionally try to avoid these kind of products, right? So it's kind of a mentality that you study in UX, right? So today is going to be focused entirely on the design approaches that you can use with the current AI tool stack, right? I mean, there are a lot of tools, right? Gemini is supposedly the best model for UI, right? And we have Codex, we have Opus, we have Kimi K2 again, like from like one of the recent models. But ironically, this video is not going to cover a lot about Gemini, even though it's supposed to be the best in the UI. We're going to be focusing on one of the tools which is used more commonly, that is Claude, right? This is my portfolio site which I redesigned just yesterday. It took me, I don't know, it took me, let's say, half an hour or something to get it to this level, right? And I'm pretty satisfied with this, right? So we're going to jump in to how I got it to this level, how you can do it too. And this video is going to basically cover the design approach that you can use when you are redesigning something or when you're building something new, right? So let's get started, right? We don't want to waste any time. So I already have this repo clone. So we'll just go to my repo for now. And I use cursor, you can use whatever you're comfortable with, right? So right now, if I run the site, uh, you'll see the current design, right? If you're not familiar with PRT, it's just an alias I created. We can just run the dev script any way we want, and let's just like work with the Chrome browser here, right? So yeah, let's go to the port 3000. Let it load. So this is, yeah, the current site that we have, right? It has the keyboard functionality as well. I can just scroll through my website using just the keyboards. So it has all that. But coming back to the point how I reached it to this level, and let's actually reverting back to what it was originally, right? So you'll see it's like yesterday I just these commits, that's all I did. And let's actually move to a separate branch for now. Let's move to a dev branch and we'll reset it to this commit, right? And just stash everything, right? So this is how my original site used to look like, right? It wasn't that bad, but it was very simple, right? So yesterday I had a thought like I wanted to play around with AI, like I wanted to know, like I want to work around with the UI stuff. So I was like, let's revamp this, right? So from this, it went to this, this particular UI, a modern approach, right? So this was a very like one shot prompt kind of a thing. So let's get down to it, how you can do the same, right? So here you'll see I have a redesign prompt written, right? I'm redesigning my personal portfolio. It showcases my work as a developer. It includes project highlights, services of what I offer, bucket list, contact and optional FAQs. The portfolio should present my work clearly, leave a strong, memorable impression. It's the main place visitors learn about me and decide to get in touch. Your task is to build. So this is a sentence that I think helps a lot. I want it to be creative and unique, really push the limits of your design capabilities. And this is something that I actually saw in one of the Theo's videos. So like full credits to him. This worked like charm. Like I saw his video and I wanted to do this on my own, right? So yeah, this is something that really helps. You have an existing Next.js app here, so I just gave it like the existing text app. One of the, once the project is ready, wanted to create 5 different homepage designs. Each design should be creative and distinct from others, and host them on /1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 route respectively. And please use front-end design skills. So this was the difference that made a whole lot of what I would say, what made me use like right now Opus is my go-to model when I'm redesigning something, and the reason is simply because of this single line. So if you're not familiar with what skills, basically skills are reusable set of prompt that are only provided, that are only taken into account by an LLM in their context when it matches the description. So let's say I have this front-end design skill, we have a description. So this will only be pulled by the LLM when this description matches the query from the user, not every time, right? So in this way, skills are used for, let's say you are working in an organization, you solve a problem, right? Maybe you solved an authentication bug specifically with a specifically in Node.js and Express. So you know that in the future, if you create those projects, you will face that error. So you create a skill to solve that particular issue. All it can be a simple markdown, like the issue name and just a simple issue description like this, like. For this issue, the solution is XYZ, or the approach is XYZ. And at that time, in the future projects, the skill can be reusable, right? It will immediately pull that into context if the issue matches the description, and it can be used for n number of projects, right? So right now in this, like in the point that we are now, whenever you write code, whenever you are working on something, try to reach a level that you're not just thinking about the project you are doing right now. Try to have a mindset where basically when you're creating something new, make it so that you don't have to repeat that process in another one of your projects. So if I solve an issue right now that I'm working on my current project, I don't want to solve that for the next 3 projects that I make, next 10 projects that I make. It should be immediately be solved using skills or using something of your own, maybe whatever architecture or approach you prefer. The point is you don't want to repeat yourself, not at least when you have the solutions right at your hand, right? So skills are that. Like if you still don't understand, just go read about it some more, and it's pretty easy to grasp. And here we have a front-end design skill. If you don't know where to get these, it's pretty. Vercel has a very sick library, or let's say a directory of these skills. So you can just go through them. There's also a skills to find skills, which is pretty good. Um, I tried this yesterday, so it's very decent. Like when you're trying to find skills, and skills are very powerful. Uh, like it's that difference when, let's say, you are like chatting when you first tried with GPT, you're just typing random questions, sometime asking about mathematics, sometime asking about your normal life. But let's say you gave a system instruction where you said you are an uh, a forensics expert maybe, and then you ask question related to that, then the answers are so different, right? So these skills somehow guide them in that direction, right? So you want those skills. So basically, they provide a better answer if you have these skills, right? So you'll see the front end design skill. You can just copy this, run this command in your project, right? And we'll ask you a couple of questions, very simple. So it's cloning the repo. It will ask for which AI tools do you want to add a support. I just wrote anti-gravity, Claude Code, Cursor, which I'm using. If you are using something else, you can add that as well. If you don't know how to toggle, just spacebar to toggle. And if after you have selected, just press enter. Then you hit project, or if you want to install it on a global level, you can do that too. So you can do symlink, but like you should I think you should prefer to use symlink instead of copy all to all agents. Basically, what symlink does is it basically tells, like, if I have this, let's say I have this one file agents.md, I write this and this, but I want another file which is plot.md. So I'll just tell it to I'll link it or tell it to refer agents.md rather than like repeating the whole content here. And using symlink in the editor, you will see that the whole content is copied. So like I'll just use symlink. I'll proceed with installation, right? It's done. And I'll actually show you how it looks like, right? So let's go to code. So agents is done. I'll go to Claude front end design. So you'll see it refers to agent skills front end design. So from this folder, it's referring, right? And in this, you'll see all the content is written. So that's how it works. And but if you'll see in your editor in the skill, the content is shown fully. So that's so that there's no confusion. So this is how Simlink works, right? You can read about it in depth later, but yeah, that's the basic gist of it. So we have the front end design skill now in our repo, right? Now we also have our prompt for redesign, right? We have this. Now all you have to do is, if you have Claude Code, if you have Cursor, whatever tool you use, just like the results I got were from using Claude Code. So if you want to reproduce those results, then yeah, Claude Code is the way to go. So we'll just initialize Claude Code, right? And I'll just refer my redesign prompt here. So you'll see this is my prompt, and I'll just tell it to create those variation. The prompt already has everything. I can just run here. I'll just add one thing. So basically, if it creates like these 5 pages, I want to easily access these pages, right? Not just like go and change individual routes myself. Sometimes it does this automatically, sometimes it doesn't. So I'll just mention it for it to work. So let this work out and we'll come back. It's done. It says navigate to slash designs, and I can easily navigate to 1 through 5 here. So okay, let's go to slash designs, and here you'll see it gave us 5 designs. So let's open design 1. Hmm. So it didn't work out. Let's actually just clear this and just run redesign. So we're trying it. So we're trying it again. It's LLM, so you you can't have a definite response every time. But yeah, so that was fucked up. Let's see how this one turns out. If you want, you can actually just create your variations with different CLIs and compare the results. But as far as I have explored, Claude Code was the best one yet. So if you want to try, you can go ahead and try with the others as well. So this is the first version that it created. So it's adding some weird gradient shit here, which is like the cursor following thing I like this circular thing also is like decent. This gradient is something that I don't like about AI generations. So Let's see the design tool that it builds. See, it could be that that all five designs are trash. That could be the case. But this approach definitely gives you more of an edge, like like going with the design approach, like at this point, like rather than some random bullshit. So you see, this is like a completely different style. It's more of a editorial style, right? You'll see here, like this is a pretty unique component itself. And this right here, the title is kind of, I like it. I like the vibe. I like the sections. Uh, Here, I would say that there's a mismatch. Overall, this I like. The full screen footer is something that I like very much. So overall, I think this is a very good iteration. Let's see if it's done with three. It's going for a bento box grid modern layout. Okay. So out of one and two, I'd say two is better. Let's see. So it seems third is ready. Let's move on. Okay. So it went for a bento grid style, which I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this. Like it, some people might like it, like the pink gradient. Again, I'm against it. But overall, the I think the alignment is pretty perfect. Like for the first go, I like that part about this. It's very minimalistic. The grids are kind of perfect. Like some of it makes sense. I mean, I like it. I, I think we can iterate over the colors, but yeah, I think I like the vibe, the alignment. I like a lot. I don't know why it has this gradient. It just looks weird. Okay, okay. So I think we have the fourth one ready as well. Okay. This time we have this part is pretty cool, but it's pretty standard. At least this time the weird gradient's not there. The title is good. The hero is not that impressive overall. The side is pretty standard. So, and it's pretty aligned. I think actually it's not. Never mind. So yeah, but you see the differences in these variations is huge, right? Like you can't compare the first one with the second one or the third one or the fourth one, right? Each one has a very different aspect to it. And the ones you like, you can just iterate over them again and again, right? So it says all five designs are complete. Let's go to the fifth one and let's see how it go. How it's okay. Oh, okay. This is completely different. This was completely out of like this wasn't what I was expecting. So it added this horizontal preview thing, which is pretty unique. Which is pretty unique. Like it's very hard to get that done, right? I think it's this is very dark. Like I can't see anything, so that's a big issue. But this component is huge. Like I mean, and it's very smooth actually. And this marquee is also good, except like it's not visible. The side isn't visible overall, but the component was unique. We can like mix and match aspects of different variations. But yeah, I think this version is like I think this would be the winner overall. It's very complete. Like this color could use some help. The selection color orange is good. Here it kind of fucks up. uh, this is decent. uh, this could be improved, right? So yesterday this is how I generated the variations. Then the ones I liked, that's like in this case the second variation, and yeah, I like the second variation, and the third variation is a little, so I can just tell it to iterate more five designs over like matching the theme of second and third variation, right? So for now I'll just skip this. right? So this is how you can actually iterate over things, right? You can just tell it create more variations. Instead of 5 you can say 10, right? So that's the approach that you should, I think, be focusing on. And I'd say explore the skills library a lot. And if, let's say, if you are working on this, like I'd suggest one more approach, right? uh, let's say I'll create this and I'll revert the changes, right? I'll just revert this for now. Okay. Okay. So if I come back here, I won't have the design routes, right? So if I had to build this again, what I would do is like to properly utilize the maximum capabilities of Cloud Code. It doesn't have that. Is that what it is? Uh, it doesn't have the redesign prompt as well. Let's just copy that for now. Mm, in the specs, I have this prompt. I'll just copy it. I won't even create the file. I'll just paste that here. Ask 5 master coder agents to create the variations in parallel. So this is one way to get this done faster. Let's just ask 5 different agents to work on this parallelly, right? So if you don't know what agents are, like I'll just show you. Master coder is something that I've created at my user level. You can create these different agents which have different personas. Like if you see, I have some like product manager, researcher, founder, advisor, UX designer, master coder. Then we have some agents from some plugins I've installed. So you can actually spawn, like run these agents parallelly rather than waiting for like filling up your main session, right? So each of these agents that run in parallel will have a separate context window, like totally different from your main flow, right? So let's wait. Like see here, it's spawning a master coder agent, right? So this is running in background. So you'll see my context right now is 27%, and even here it will remain like 27 so this basically initializes a separate Claude Code instance overall. So here, like you saw, like before, it was working on the first design, then waiting for it, then second design, and so on. Here it's now working on 4 designs, on 5 designs parallelly, right? So if you see here, I'll yeah. So if you see here, you'll see that all of these are running parallelly, right? So they are actively working on these, and after they're done, we'll see what they cooked, right? So this is one way to get things faster. The Claude also has a team feature that they have shipped recently, so I'm not sure if I have it enabled. Let's just do. So this Claude Core, it's an experimental where you can spawn agent teams. The unique thing about them is they can communicate with each other, right? So I can just say, let's not do this here. Let's show, like it takes, since I updated the settings, I have to like restart a session, right? So I'll just say create a agent team, and I'll have to add the prompt like create 5 design variations and so on. So basically, this will create an agent team which will have a lead or whatever agents teams necessary. It will create those agents simultaneously, communicate with them, and get the task done. This is another one of the features that you can try out. There are just some ways to get these things done fast. And you'll see like all of the variations are complete. Let's just check them out. This time, I think they will be more different than the last result that we got. See, it's totally different. The terminal style. Oh, okay. This is very interesting, right? Overall, the alignment is kind of good. There are some these text animations. Okay. The hover effect. Okay, so in all the titles it has given this, which might be annoying for some people, but it's pretty decent. It follows the style overall. Okay. It's pretty nice. Like overall, the design. If you like this design style, then I would say yeah, it's pretty good. Let's go to the second variations. Three agents still working. Let's see which are still working. So 5, 4, and 3 are still working. 2 is done. Okay, so it fucked up this overflow here, which is all right. Okay, this this animation where it fades away, which is nice. Okay, this light, I don't know, it's gray, the light bluish color. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I don't like the fact that I'm in the background, but let's just skip that for now. Whatever. The this is this is nice. Like overall, the vibe I feel like the premium touch. It's pretty nice. It would be nice if it had the photo till this length. This is just extra. Like overall, I think this is again a pretty decent design. Like overall, the vibe has a more of a premium feel. I don't know what it's called, luxury editorial. Okay. And next is like a retro futuristic. Okay. So we have this. I don't like the gradients. I don't like this variation. I don't know if you do, but we'll just skip it. Fourth one. Fourth one is usually good. Like, see, this hero is like generally seen in SaaS products, but I think this is nice. This is very similar to the initial like template I had. So it has this leave SVGs or something assets. The footer I like. The assets, I don't know. They are not that good. Overall, this heroes I was expecting something, but I think it's not that good. Let's move on to the fifth one. Okay. Again, I don't like the gradient, but this particular mark hue is good. Okay. It's reused. The slant effect is kind of good, but it's not used in the best way it could be. Uh, so overall, I think the first design and the second design were pretty good. Rest of them were kind of poor, but you can just ask it to iterate. So you see how different these results were from the initial 5 things we did, right? This is how you can generate variations for anything that you're building. You can modify the prompt a bit more to focus on which direction you want, so that even the initial variations are more suited to your to what you want, right? And I'd say keep exploring the skills. They're more useful than initially what people thought. Try agents, try working with them, try creating personas, like start delegating tasks that can be done parallelly, right? Save time, and yeah, use the tools at your hand to better your productivity, right? So that's it. Like that's how I revamp my portfolio. That's how I think at any like at this point anyone should do. Like that's how they should approach the design for anything that they are building, anything they are redesigning. And yeah, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.